Welcome to Simshed Broadcasting's coverage of the first round of Season 3 of the Nationwide Tracking Systems V8 Evolution Championship. This week's Round 1 takes us back to Road America for 28 laps of the Nationwide Tracking Systems Road America 180. New drivers, new teams, new liveries, and fresh new determination as over 80 drivers take on a new season of the Nationwide Tracking Systems V8 Evolution Championship. Last season's champion is back to defend his title. Sean McNamara take on the likes of Alex Court, Lasseth Leonage, James Anderson, Blake Warboys, and Marty Hansen, and new entries such as James Shepherd, Matt Davis, and others. Joining me in the commentary booth, Ben Morris. Ben, how's it going?
Mate, I'm excited to be back. How good is this, mate? It's like we never left, and that's just the way I love it when it comes to the V8 race.
14 days off.
14 days off, mate. I haven't slept for the 14 days. I've been that excited to get back into it.
You can tell.
We've got some new names, as you said. We've got some people coming back to defend their title. We've seen some we've seen some people change marks in terms of cars, which I will get to later on. And I think it's going to be pretty exciting, mate. Road America. I don't mind this track. I love it, actually, in terms of the fast-flowing nature of it. Can be a little bit punishing on the cars. And I'm just watching some of these practice sessions in the quali, and the guys are really on it. They're really hanging on to these cars. So I think it's going to be a really exciting race.
One driver we don't have back, we do have Nationwide Tracking Systems as the major sponsor, Craig Newell.
Yeah,
g'day,
mate. Here he is.
Hey, Craig.
I'm in a little bit of a different cockpit, boys, in here with you, not out in the car.
Well, this is where all the entertainment is. We get to see it all right from here, mate. But great to have you in the commentary box, and of course, as major sponsor with Nationwide Tracking Systems, great to have you back here, mate. Really appreciate the
thanks,
support.
lads. It's great to be back, and I know JP has got a pretty exciting series lined up. We've got a lot of changes. We've got a lot of new blood. So really looking forward to the new guys who have come into the championship, and also really looking forward to watching some of those big improvers from the end of last season, see how they go in split one. So yeah, and great to be here in the booth and, adding what I can.
Oh, absolutely, mate. Great to have on board. I think you just sort of touched on something there as well, Craig, in terms of there's been some names there we've really seen come up the leaderboard, clearly putting into practice. I think we were talking just before the broadcast around the amount of practice and effort that goes into these cars, and they really are an absolute handful. Lots of weight, small tyres, lots of horsepower, just the way we love them. But they take a lot of practice, don't they? And we've seen new names coming up, new names coming in, names coming up. And I know there's our teammate Darren Caldwell from Phase 4 Motorsport. He's away getting himself a suntan, I think, at the moment. I hope he watches it back in, I believe. Yeah, up there doing a bit of fishing, getting the suntan. But he's a little bit
back foot.
Yeah, he's a little bit disappointed he's not here today, but I know he's enjoying himself on a well-earned break. But
Got his week's wrong.
Yeah,
He's supposed to have his holiday last week.
I know, but don't bring it up. But I think it's going to be excellent, mate. Any tips on who you think might be a charger? Who are you thinking, Craig?
I'm really looking forward, guys, to seeing Laz maybe get off to a better start in the season. A lot of promise there, and unfortunately with that bad luck at the start of last season, he was really on the back foot. But if he gets away early on, he'll be a real chance. And of course, we've got the up-and-comers, which we did talk about a little bit earlier. I'm really keen to see how young Cole Booth goes. He came all the way from the back of Split 2, Season 2. And he's looking, I know, to crack the top 10 in Split 1. I'm also looking to keep an eye on Riley Simons. Riley showed a lot of promise and was a bit dark horse last year, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him way up in the standings.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Well, I reckon we must be getting close to a start time soon.
Very close now. 30 seconds away.
30 seconds away. Fantastic. Well, it's Sean McNamara's got it all to defend in. He has jumped ship from the Mustang into the ZB Commodore. we'll see how it works out for him. I've got my theories, but I'll keep them to myself for now. And it should be a pretty exciting race. I mean, I am looking forward to this. It'll be first corner, second corner, and they'll all be on it. They'll all be practicing, so it should be really exciting.
Now we've got Lasseth Leonage on pole position. You just mentioned Lasseth, and he's one to look out for. Leonage on pole position. Simon Chadwick on the front row with him. James Anderson, Blake Warboys, Cameron Veacock, Sean McNamara, our defending champion, Marty Hanson, James Shepherd, our new entry, Hayden Harrison, Alex Court, who was in the top 3 of last season's championship, Trent Gosley, Matt Davis, Riley Simons, Jacob Brewer, Jamie Davis down in 15th, Tim Mulford in 16th, Raina Costello, another new driver, getting very close to a race start now. 28 laps.
They're all gritting up.
Here we go. Track of 46 degrees, 29 degree ambient, 28 laps, 66 litres of fuel in the tank. Possibly 2 stops, probably 2 stops, unless these drivers can be very fuel conservative.
Oof, nah, just go for it, flat out, boys. Round 1 of season 3, nationwide tracking systems.
Leonage and Chadwick, front row. There's the go. There's the green flag.
They're off.
Season 3 nationwide tracking systems, V8 Evolution Championship. Looks like a good start there for Leonage. He's got a car length on Chadwick. Pushing up along inside Chadwick is Anderson. Anderson might have Chadwick into turn 1.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and there's a bit of Blake Warboys has had an incident. Trent Gosley by the looks of it as well.
Yeah, Trent was on the radio then. Wayne Taylor's under race control as well. Safety cars are out, guys.
Early in the season.
Well, all the excitement.
Didn't take long.
It's all happening, yes. A little bit of nerves. Big field too. 43 odd cars.
I've always
for this
found
one.
it difficult.
Oh,
Road America.
yeah.
First turn. Always a difficult start at Road America.
Yeah, Trent was very unlucky there.
Okay.
Yeah, Alex was very, very careful. Alex caught back in the back there, very lucky not to be taken out with that incident back there with Trent. Very, very lucky indeed.
Hey guys,
I think we've
how
got
are
Simon
we?
Chadwick with us. I'm well, Simon. How are you, mate? How was all of that? What happening there with the action in the background?
Decent start into turn 1, and I just let them have it go through. To be honest, it's a really long race, so you know anything could happen at this stage.
Absolutely, I think that's the way to look at it, mate. How's it feel out there on the 46 degrees? Probably only half a lap in, but looks like it might be a little bit of a challenge on the hot track.
Quite slippery actually, so you're gonna have to play with the brake bias a fair bit throughout the race.
So just on that though, for the listeners, mate, what comes off, but in terms of the heat, would you treat it?
don't do my normal style of sliding it everywhere. Try not to at least.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one way. Yeah.
Soft on the brakes, roll the corner.
A few of the guys get into the pits at the moment. What sort of fuel burn? What's
but you know, we've done some calculations, and you can make it on one fuel stop, but doing a fuel stop now is you know, it's a bold move, and be interesting to see how they go.
This will throw the fuel,
100%,
fuel calculations
mate,
into the mix. Definitely, some people might
certainly will
try the one stop now rather than the splash and dash.
Look, you know, you can put a maximum of 66 litres in with 5.1 or even 4.9 litres a lap. You know, it's going to be close for them.
Absolutely. So, in the Mustang, mate, I mean, I've just been talking about your teammate McNamara jumping into the ZB. I don't think that's a really good career move. Your thoughts on that?
Look, he wanted to try the Holden this year, and I nearly went there, but look, I know the Mustang works well, so I thought I'd stick with it. But hey, good on him for trying something different this year, that's for sure.
Absolutely, that's very diplomatic of you. I'll make sure that I'll get into him later on, mate, because I think it could be a championship decider immediately into this first race. But we'll get into him a bit later on about that, mate. So, look, we've got the driver's seat here, mate. We've got you out there on the track there, coming in and just saving a bit of fuel there. Very cool. What's going through your mind now as you're going to head down into turn one with all the carnage and effort coming in behind you? You're going to slide it down the inside, mate? Just send it?
Look,
Go on.
round one, you know, yeah, look, I'm trying to play the long game here. Round one, what are we on, lap 3 or 2 even? You know, sending it into turn one, probably not the smartest move. But look, if I do have the run on him, I'll see what we can do and go from there, right?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Looks like they're going to put the safety car lights out now, mate. So I'll leave you with it.
Nice.
And good luck, mate. We'll be keeping an eye on you. No worries.
Okay, I'm back, Ben. I had some technical issues there. Just as the cars went off at turn one, I lost everything as well. So I had a bit of a crash myself.
No
now
worries,
I've got
mate.
pictures back, and look at that safety car. Isn't that spectacular?
That is a spectacular looking safety car.
New Corvette. You are a racing Corvette.
Yeah. Looks pretty good.
Now, my timing says we've got Craig Gurry in first position, but I don't believe that's correct. We've got, it's definitely Leonage from Anderson, Chadwick, Veacock, McNamara, Henson, Hayden Harrison, Shepherd, Court, Davis, Simons, Matt Davis, another new name. He's up 24 position from his starting position. Obviously involved in that early incident, Blake Warboys and Trent Gosley. And they're going to have a long day's work trying to work their way back up through the field. But anything can happen here. Looks like the safety car is headed up the pit slip.
Ooh.
They're off, back to racing on lap 3. And they're slipstreaming pretty closely here.
Chadwick, they're really close to the back.
That's
the guys are going to defend in
interesting going into turn 1. Leonage, Anderson, Chadwick, Peacock.
There's a chance here for Chadwick. Look at this.
Gone wide. That's affected Anderson as well. And McNamara's up to 3rd. With that, and there's a. Looks like he's come into turn 2, and that is an incident. That's Matt Davis. That's unfortunate. Such a long race. Only lap 3. Long way to go, but interesting corner as well. Leonage has definitely lost time at the start here.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if lads actually got a little bit of a touch there from Anderson. I don't know. They looked like they went pretty deep. I saw Anderson just locking a front brake there. But the winner out of that was definitely Chadwick.
Well, now the car gone wide. And in turn 5, he's missed his braking totally. Oh, and more incidents. Lindsay Hobbs.
Oh, no.
Rainer Costello, 2 new drivers. fortunate enough to make it into split one tonight, but hey, very untidy start to season 3. Cars everywhere. A little bit like Magello the other night. Formula One.
Man, there's a lot of
A lot of action going on here. Too much to look at.
there's a lot of hopefully we're not getting too impatient. This is a long race, and you've got to really think about, if you're putting yourself in the inside of someone, where else are they going to go? You've got to think about where people can go as well with these cars, especially with these cars. But
racecraft,
you know,
after about you on these early laps.
absolutely.
Not just driving fast, you've got to have a lot of skill to read your opponents as well. Read the drivers that are around you. Read the body language of their cars. Adapt for their mistakes. It's possible. It's very easy to make mistakes. It shouldn't be easy for any cars to get away here. Even Chadwick's trying to make a little break now, but it's a very hard track to get away and make a break.
It is.
You've got a lot of towing going on down these front straights.
Absolutely, yeah.
It is Chadwick.
Cars off
half
at the
a
back
second.
there.
Cars everywhere. Chadwick. Eacock with a strong drive up the front early in the championship. It's good to see. He was up there a few times last season. A little inconsistent at times. But second at the moment from McNamara, last season's champion. Marty Hanson in 4th, James Shepherd in 5th. First of the new drivers, James Shepherd. Apparently went very well in a pre-season testing race earlier this week. Fuel conserving and managed to bring it home first. If that'll be on the strategy for tonight.
Absolutely, I think even with that early pace car there, Jamie, that'd certainly be in the back of his mind now if it wasn't already.
Check out some lap times as they come through to end lap 4 of 28. Check out some lap times, and that might give us a bit of an idea of if they're planning on doing fuel saving or if they're going hard straight out of the box.
I think these front runners are going pretty hard at the moment.
I reckon Chadwick's going pretty hard.
Yeah,
that's very hard.
Boys, wow.
On the grass.
A little bit of a change of underpants moment, and McNamara down inside on the outside of the next corner. Oh, but geez, intensity around. He's got sideways.
He's gone.
Oh, no.
He's gone. Both off of Canada.
Very deep. Oh no, there's been some teammate back in the back of Eacock's car there, just looking back. Oh, Sean will be dirty with himself about that one. He had it dancing under brakes on the entry there.
The McNamara is back in 12th at the moment. Looks like the car's too seriously damaged. He might have got away with that. One fast repair, so he might be interested in making the early pit stop. Trying to work out what sort of lap they'd be looking at getting in. Probably, I really couldn't tell at this point in time because there's going to be drivers with all sorts of different strategies going on. But gee, there's battles up and down the field here.
Yeah, with Marty Hanson now in P2. He's got the head down.
That really helps out Eacock. Chadwick.
And James Clifford up to 3rd, Jamie.
He's one to look out for. One of the new drivers to look out for.
The pressure from Laz.
Leonage fighting his way back up. Oh, Marty Hanson's gone a little bit wide as well.
James Shepherd just locking that front there.
James Shepherd under big pressure from Leonage. Leonage, our pole position. Got off to a pretty poor start. Went wide at turn 1. Don't know if there was a little bit of contact or not. Now he's got a bit of work to get back up to the front. A long way to go. Still got 23 laps.
I'll tell you one thing I'm noticing, Jamie, is a lot of the guys are really, they're running wide on a number of the corners. They're really hammering the car into the corner.
Oh, they're all
struggling with that grip out there. That 46 degrees is starting to really punish those tyres even after a couple of laps. And it just oh, look at them hanging it out there. Cars.
Was that Leonage?
Cars are certainly moving around. Yes, I think it was. Really pushing hard. This is exciting.
It looks like Peacock hasn't really get too much damage in that incident with McNamara down at Canada Corner. He's back on the pace now, following James Anderson. There's a bit of a battle here. We've got Anderson, Peacock, Ollie Heyman, another new name there in the black car. Hayden Harrison, Alex Court, Kai Sloggett, Sean McNamara. Sean McNamara is back on the pace again. I saw he has already passed one car and moved up into 11th position.
He's coming up on Kyle Sloggett now. He's trying to put a move on him up the back there. And I dare say he'll slide past him there. So he's on the move.
I just noticed the Cameron Peacock did get a bit of damage. He's got no rear wing on his car.
No rear wing, yeah. And that was after the initial off. I think it was Marty Hansen might have run into the back of him. But I stand corrected if that's wrong. But and that was just unfortunate, just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But I think they both tried to outbrake themselves.
Side by side.
Interesting battle
under the brakes in the corner. Yeah. No one wanted to give way.
Yeah, I think the Mustang might have pulled up a bit quicker, but we'll cover that off later when McNamara feels like a chat. Yeah, I know he's going to watch this back.
Just looking at the battle here between Anderson, Heyman, Peacock, Harrison, Court and McNamara. That's where all the action is at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Chadwick's out to a 3-second lead. Hanson leads Shepherd by half a second. It's all happening between Anderson and Heyman.
Now, who... They're sure McNamara on the back about the score here.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
Court's making a bit of a move, on a bit of a drive.
McNamara's got the eyes in. He is very focused.
Chadwick fastest on the circuit at the moment. They might have just made a little mistake because the gap's back under 3 seconds. Oh, here's Court though.
Yeah. Oh, he's very keen to get past.
At Harrison
and bringing McNamara right into it. We got safety car. We got a safety car being called.
Safety car. This is really going to affect the fuel strategy now.
100%.
If any drivers drop into the pits quickly here, damaged cars out there, they might want to use their fast repair.
They'll be thinking about it. Haven't seen anything going yet.
Perfect time for someone like Peacock to jump into the pits there.
Whack a new spoiler on the back.
Is there any idea what caused that safety car?
I did see a car on the side of the track, on the back straight there. Now, I don't know if that was the... cause of it or not.
Leading from Hanson, Leonage, Shepherd, Anderson, Heyman, Peacock, Harrison, Court, McNamara, Sloggett, Davis, Brewer, Davis again, Pidwell, Mulford, Fraser, Davis. How many Davises we got racing in this? It looks like 3.
Yeah.
I have to call them by this name. Oh, there's the car. I just noticed the car there on the back straight.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
John Nikolaev.
Okay.
John Nikolaev.
Okay.
In the 088 car. No bonnet. Like a lot of
Might have been
damage.
Might have been a big
Very
one.
easy to have a big one in that section of the track.
Yeah, get it on the grass there at some high speed.
Obviously going to need a tow. I don't think he's got any power going to those rear wheels. That's
just having a bit of a look back through and see if I can see what might have been the cause.
Have a quick look at the leaders as they're coming through Hurry Downs. Hurry Downs down to turn number 8, or the carousel, under the bridge into the carousel. One of the longest corners, calendar. So long that it's actually 2 corners, 9 and 10. Absolute tyre burn in this corner. Great fun when you get it right though.
Oh, absolutely.
4th gear, 3rd or 4th gear, depending on how hard you're pushing. And up on that curb on the exit. This should be just coming past the broken down car of John Nikolaev.
Yeah, they're giving the okay to tow.
Right hand side.
There he goes. Gee, it took a while to get the okay to tow, didn't it?
That's ruined his race. Absolutely, he's out. He's going to be right down the back of the
got to
pack
get
now.
the field bunched in under base car before we can do the tow.
Okay. He tried to get back to the pits on his own, but if you get a tow, it's DNF.
Yes, of course, yep.
It could not manage to get back to the pits on his own power, so he's out of tonight's racing.
Couldn't get it moving on the starter motor. Chugging along. Unfortunate.
Looking at some of the guys at the back of the pack, we've got 43 drivers tonight. John Nikolaev is the last of those 43. Amy Davis is a driver we wouldn't have expected to see down the pack. He's in 41. Philip Peugeot's in position 40. Blake Warboys is still back in 36. I would expect to see some pit stops now, but it looks like nobody's willing to take it on. Take that risk at this stage. All got their crew chiefs and spotters telling them, giving them advice. And at this point in time, it looks like the strategy is to stay out.
I think
Lap 7,
they might be looking at one stopper.
I reckon that might be the case, Craig.
Yeah, I think
They're
they're
going to do the one stopper now.
looking to get a few more laps under the safety car and go for the one stop.
Definitely saved enough fuel now. But the tyres are going to be struggling. We're probably
So how many retirements have we got so far, Jamie? We've only got the one retirement so far.
I believe so. I think it's only John Nikolaev. He's the only retirement so far. Position 43. Big field of drivers tonight. Big field of race. I believe over 80. We've got over 40 drivers in split 2 as well tonight.
Yep.
2 replayed. It's Simon Chadwick at this point in time. Leading on lap 8. 28 lap race, 182 kilometres. It's the track temperature now.
And we're up to lap 8, so we've still got 20
It'll be a long
laps
race.
to go.
Gonna be a long one. That's definitely closed up the gap. Chadwick had a little bit of a lead there, 3 seconds on Marty Hansen, so he'll be absolutely kicking poor old John Nikolaev.
Won't be happy with it.
Saying, what was that all about? I had a nice little lead there. Everything was going just the way I wanted it, and now you've backed the pack up on me.
Marty Hansen will be rubbing his hands together, thinking, "You beauty! I'm gonna wind myself up here on the back of this Mustang and have a red hot crack. It could be pretty exciting. And look, not too far behind. What have we got? Well, we've got Leonard. He's reset, and he looked like absolutely on fire before. And James Shepherd looking to make a name for himself. James Anderson, we've seen how he can carry it off. Tommy Heyman not too far behind. Cameron Veacock still missing the rear wing on the ZB Comma there though, but still obviously going very hard. Hayden Harris in the mix, and then we get back to Alex Court, Shaw McNamara, Kyle Sloggett. So this is going to be
through some of the
restart,
fastest laps for the top 5 or so drivers.
Great idea.
Simon Chadwick leading. He's banged in a couple of 209.9s. On lap 5 is his fastest lap with a 209.9. Lap 4 was a 209.9, but virtually a 210. Marty Hansen has a 210.6. He's in second position. Leonard has a 210.2. Did that on lap 4. James Shepherd has a 210.7. James Anderson has a 211.0. And Tommy Heyman, 210.9. Eacock obviously damaged his car in that incident, so he's going to have to battle on.
I haven't seen them out. I didn't actually hear anything from race control yet, but I think it must be.
Yeah, he's taken off.
The
Safety car's definitely.
Yeah, safety car's taken off.
Yep.
So here we go.
Turn 13. He's off to the pit lane. Chadwick takes over the control of the race again.
Awesome stuff. Here we go.
Chadwick's lead. He's going to lead him up the hill. Hanson, of course, this difficult turn one. I don't know, real passing opportunity.
Yep, looks second. Here we go.
He's off.
Green's been called.
Chadwick's
He's gone.
jumped them. Chadwick's jumped them. Got a couple of car lengths already. On Hanson.
And Laz is in the back of Hanson. Watch the cold tyres, boys. Into turn one. Gee, James Anderson at the back there. Move around. Brent Gosley's into race control again. Oof.
A clean start for the top 10 or so cars by the looks of it. They've all got away nicely on this restart, second restart of the race. First round of the Nationwide Tracking Systems V8 Evolution Championship here at Road America. Chadwick, Hanson, Leonage, Shepherd. Coming down to turn 5. Cold brakes here. Test them, unbraking.
Whoa, look how deep. And it's was. Oh, there's some chat on the race control of some passing before the start finish line and the control line. So race control will be busy looking at those.
Control always busy. This race there's
busy.
Plenty of action, plenty of frantic.
I'll tell you what, Jamie, we've got it easy up here in the commentary box, mate. I wouldn't have that job for Quids down in the race control. They do an amazing job in there.
Yep, it's not an easy job. I've sat in for a couple of rounds of it, and it wasn't the easiest of times to make quick decisions.
Yep. I'll make the quick decisions. Keep racing.
That's it. That's the easiest one. What have we got? Chadwick leading.
Gee, he's on it. Oh, look at James Anderson at the back there. I just saw him in the grass.
Love that corner, that fast kick.
Yeah, one of the favourites.
So line it up, lift, and then power through sort of corner.
Yep, hope it sticks.
Hope it sticks. You never know. Normally, if you can hit the apex on the inside, you should be right 9 out of 10 times. Sometimes you hit that the left hand curb, and it's hope that the car just stays on track. Easy to hit that inside wall. A lot of concrete.
And then it's over.
Channel going down that back straight.
Yep, then she's over.
Chadwick pumps into 209.6.
Bad on the back of a restart.
Very good lap on that. Considering he wouldn't have been at full speed as he crossed the line.
No, that first corner, it's faster than it looks in the car. It's a third gear. You can really go quite deep into it. And I'll tell you what, there might be some passing opportunities later on the rates. Jamie, we'll keep an eye on that.
I mean, into turn 5, probably the best passing opportunity. It's easy to get a big slipstream, and it's hard to defend under brakes there. A hard braking zone as it is. Car sort of drifts a little bit left. Just a very, very difficult. In fact, all these corners are very difficult on this track. It's a challenging racetrack. Not one of my favourites, but he recently did it in the officials, so was pumped out a few hundred laps practicing and racing. So it's sort of got a bit of a rhythm, Randy. Got a little bit of a groove.
This is one of the most punishing corners here. This big sweeping right-hander that just destroys that left tyre, and it's a real balancing act to get that, to try and get it straightened up on the exit.
Yeah, Marty Hanson sticking with Chadwick. He's not letting him get away. Chadwick's pushing hard. He's trying to make a break.
Yeah, he has. He's made a couple of little under brakes squirrels and a little bit wide on a couple of corners. Nothing too much to worry about, but you can really see he's given it a red hot go.
Both Chadwick and Hanson did 9.6s on that first restart lap. Leonage was a 2:10.5. He was a second off the pace, but it looks like he's settled. Looking after those tyres, Leonage ever so smooth on the car. Smoothest drivers out there. Looks after the machinery. James Shepherd, though, he's under a bit of pressure now from James Anderson.
Simon It's just done a
Anderson,
9.4. I think that's about 2/10 faster than the original one.
James's, and Anderson
just
just
looking
past
at-
Shepherd. And Shepherd is now under pressure from Tommy Heyman.
Ooh.
Heyman sits trying to get the exit now on turn 3. And bang,
Yep,
he's in the slipstream. He's going to get a double slipstream down here.
Yeah.
Actually, James Shepherd might be helped out a little bit here by the
Toe
slipstream
of
of Anderson in
yeah.
front of him. But I reckon
He's
going to see
go
Heyman have
for
a
it.
look. He's having a look. And 5, hard braking. And Heyman pull it up. He does it. That's a good manoeuvre. He's on his way.
Yeah.
Up in 5th position.
He
These
gave
new
him plenty of-
drivers, Heyman and
Yeah.
Shepherd,
Gave
going in
him-
the top 10 already.
Yeah, gave him plenty of room there, which is smart. He's thinking about the longer game. I wonder if he's, wonder if
17
he's
laps to
fuel
go.
conserving though, Jamie. I wonder if he's just doing a bit of fuel conservation as we talked about earlier on. But we'll watch with interest.
Well, they've had 3, maybe 4. Was it 4 laps now under safety car conditions? So they would have probably been able to save. I think they had to save at least 8 litres. They were going to be 8 litres short at full speed of making it only one stop. If they've managed to save over 8 litres, they might be touch and go on the margin. But it's going to be something to watch in the dying stages of this race.
Just we're going to look back at Sean McNamara. He's in a bit of traffic here at the back, and there's some passing going on. There's some rear brakes tweaking and chattering in the corners.
Yeah, definitely as they exit Canada corner.
It is on.
Nice little battle group here. Got Ashley Davis, Jacob Brewer, Matt Davis, Sean McNamara, Sean Pidwell, all in a pack.
I've missed this, but did we see Sean McNamara in the pits at all? Has he done a pit stop?
I don't think he has. But
We haven't seen any of the big runners pit stop yet.
no one in the front.
I think so.
No one that
Probably a touch early for that.
yeah.
Oof.
No one that hasn't had
there we
any
go.
damage.
Look, it's just looking back. Sorry, guys. Matt Davis was all over, crossed up, and McNamara's taken a chance here. Matt Davis is under a lot of pressure.
Coming down in turn 5.
And sure, McNamara's
Very
under
close.
pressure as
Brakes
well.
locked everywhere. There's side by side up the hill in front of them as well. Yeah, McNamara's got past Davis. McNamara up to 13th position.
The eyes would be...
Yeah, James Shepherd. I was on board with him recently, and he was definitely clutching it as he was coming into Canada corner. So he's saving fuel. He's one of the drivers out there that's obviously saving fuel. He only managed a 2:12.5, 2:12.5 on that last lap. So he's definitely doing a bit of lifting and coasting. That's something to watch out for. Different strategies here. Some guys are going to be maybe going hard now and saving fuel at the end. Some will be saving fuel now and going hard at the end. There's different drivers out here on different strategies.
Yeah, it's a tough strat. It's a very disciplined way to drive, isn't it, Jamie? You've got to really trust that the car will, slow down, lifting off. You're not blipping the throttle. You're really changing it when it drops down low into the revs to just quickly go back through the box. It's not a comfortable race car driver feeling, but God, does it save some fuel?
It's difficult as well to know how much fuel you want to save. You don't want to give up position. You don't want to give up race positions, fuel saving, and then find that you've got 4 more litres of fuel left at the end of the race.
Yeah, exactly right. And
Kirby
especially with these cars, Jamie, as well, they love the engine brake. So it's a completely different type of discipline. So hats off to James and this approach. I'm watching this with interest.
Watching David Kirby into the pits.
Oh no! James
And
Shepherd's
Warboy.
just come off. Just looking back through, guys. James Shepherd's just gone off. He
Shepherd
looked like
was fuel saving, and it's difficult to do sometimes. It's easy to coast into a corner too much, maybe using the clutch a little bit, and then as you release the clutch, the rear wheels can lock up quite easily. And
yeah, I think he was clutch in, and the rears just tweaked on him. He's asking too much of the brakes on their own without the engine, and that's just what I was talking about as well. These cars really love that downshift, the engine braking on them. So he'd be kicking himself, but nothing. A couple of places lost. That's okay. He's still well and truly in it. He'll get back into a groove.
Buddy Hansen now under a bit of pressure from Leonage. Leonage has started to move up a little bit, found his rhythm, found his groove. Only half a second off the back of Hansen. So we've got Chadwick leading, Hansen second, Leonage third, Anderson, Eamon, Veacock, Harrison, Ports up to 8th, Shepherd's back down to 9th, Kai Sloggett in 10th.
I think McNamara was just off.
McNamara's down in 30th position at the moment. Not sure what's happened to him.
No, Ashley Davis was just off the road then as well. Sorry, guys. Just looking back through the
same livery
list.
Ashley Davis, teammates, 9.5 Sim Sport. Yep. Some of the drivers have made that pit stop now. What lap are we on? Lap 13. So getting close to half race distance. 14. The end of lap 14's half race distance. So go on the 1 lap undercut. And we have battle here. All happening. Luke Fraser. Looking at Luke Fraser and Ashley Davis coming down to turn 5.
Oh, it's on. Trent Gosley and Michael Dumbrell look like they're into it.
Engine and siren involved as well.
Michael Dumbrell's been in the wars a little bit. I heard him on the radio beforehand. He was probably, I think he reflected on last season as a bit of a learning, but also a bit of a reflection period, and I expect to see some pretty good things out of him this season. He's a quick guy. He's got this pace when he puts it all together, and looks like he's got the full commitment with the practice going into this race as well. So he's given that a bit of a hassle down the back straight here, or down the front straight here, back straight, side straight.
That was one of the things that Craig Newell was mentioned just before the race started. A commitment that it takes to run in this series.
Oh yeah.
It's the amount of laps that the guys are doing.
He's pulled that one off too. Michael's just pulled that one off. He's made the pass, and now he's been challenged again by Benjamin Saron, who's taken it back. Great piece of driving. Great driving for both of them. James Anderson in the pits. Put some fresh boots on.
Chadwick leads at the moment. 1.5 seconds in front of Hansen. With a 1.2 seconds back to Leonage. And Tommy Heyman, first of our new entries. Eamon Veacock with a damaged rear wing. He's done a great effort, staying 5th. Aiden Harrison, Alex Court, James Shepherd, Kai Sloggett. And we've got Sean McNamara down to 34th. Let's try it going. Anderson, James Anderson is going to pull out. Yes, he's pulled out quite a bit of time on McNamara there. And I think Chadwick's in the pits now. Oh no. Chadwick in the pits?
James Anderson just come out of the pits.
I've got more technical issues here. I'm finding it very hard to pick up my cameras. I'm just working through it at the moment.
Well, there's some chat on the radio with race control now about drive-throughs being served and not served, so I think the boys are working that out now at the moment. Just if we look through the list at the moment,
So,
looks like there's some really close
just hit pit
action.
lane. Got
Simon
Chadwick and
Chadwick
Hanson
in.
in the pits. This is
Marty
critical
Hanson.
time now.
Marty Hanson's followed him in. This will be-
Yep, Leonard stays out. Port stays out. Shepard stays out.
I don't believe, no. So he's taking along. He's probably
Yeah.
gambling a safety car here. Anything can happen.
Alex Court was on a 2:11.8 last lap. Jim Shepard, who also stayed out, 2:11.6. Rules also stayed out on a 2:12.3.
Simon
Umbrell
Chadwick.
and Taylor have stayed out. Chadwick dropped off the jacks now.
Here he goes.
Marty Hanson's made up a bit of time there. Only about, and that's Anderson. Anderson on the outside of Hanson through turn 1.
Oh, he's
Anderson
made it
definitely
stick.
made up a bit of time. He's going to go around the outside in turn 3. Oh, that's close. But he's pulled it off. Anderson
Great
up
piece of
into what
driving.
would be,
Martha.
after all the pit stops, second place. Driving by Anderson. He's made good use of the undercut.
Absolutely. He'll have the tyres up to pressure, and he's going to try and get on top of Chadwick now while he can. While Chadwick gets those prep tyres up to pressure and away.
Those leads at this point in time. Lap 16. He's exiting turn 13, coming into the final turn. He'll have to pit for sure on this lap. And here's Leonard hits the pit lane. Critical
In he
now.
comes.
He's got to get this absolutely right. He's got to get his fuel perfectly timed. Don't want to overfuel. Doesn't want to underfuel either.
Where's he going to come out?
Chadwick enters the back straight.
Alex is in.
Leonard on the pit
pits as
lane.
well.
He hasn't hit Alex Court in the pit lane as well.
Laz is out.
Along with James Shepard.
Laz is coming out.
He still hasn't boxed yet.
Oh,
He's
he's
just got the last box.
God, miles away.
You pull up behind the safety car. On the jacks now. Shepard on the jacks. Court on the jacks. Court actually on the jacks a little bit earlier than Shepard.
Chadwick coming.
Chadwick has
Chadwick's gone wide.
He's on the
Chadwick's gone wide. No, he'll be
not only
dirty himself
he's
about
got
that.
dirty tyres as he comes up pit straight.
Oh
Still
dear.
hasn't moved. James Shepard hasn't
Laz is
moved.
off the jacks. Out he comes.
Out he comes. Leonard exits the pit lane, but he's dropped it. He's back to third. He's out
Wow.
just in front of Logan Barnett. Marty Hanson.
Now I tell you what.
Anderson.
I'll tell
James
you what.
Anderson takes
I'll tell
over
you.
what will be the lead.
I'll tell you what, boys. I reckon we might see some fireworks now with Chadwick. He will be dirty with himself, and he will have the head down, charging. He's looked really quick.
He's on the
This
tail
could
of
be good.
Logan Barnett right
He-
now, heading
yeah,
down
yeah.
into turn 5.
He'll send it down there. No worries. Logan,
He's got a damaged car.
smart,
He's got no rear wing. He doesn't put up much of a fight.
and he's firing up onto the back of Laz. Laz will not be easy to get around. He's just got the fresh tyres coming up to pressure. You can see Chadwick just taking every bit of the track there. Laz as well. Oh, don't
pushing
know if we saw
hard.
that. Chad, we're absolutely catching the inside curve there, just dancing the Mustang around the corner.
He's a spectacular driver when he's on it, Chadwick.
He
He's
is,
great,
yep.
great car control. Great
Fantastic
on the
car
tyres,
control.
though. That's going to be hard work on the tyres. Looking at Marty Hansen, who's right on the tail of Anderson now for the lead. Anderson's under big time pressure. Marty Hansen, second spot. It's on now for the lead.
Absolutely.
Oh, look at that exit.
Wow. That
Missing
looks
all the
wide,
curb.
but he
Trying
got
to get
away
the
with it.
slingshot up the hill. First and second, cross of the line.
Look at
Into
this.
lap 18.
On the outside.
On defensive, and Anderson.
And behind, we've got two races going on here.
Side by
he's
side
gonna-
through turn one.
Through the outside.
That's good driving. That's good driving. Hansen's going to give Anderson the lead into turn three. He's going to try and sit behind him now and get the exit. Just focus on the exit. Get the slipstream down to turn five. Leonage is under just as much pressure from Chadwick behind. 1, 2, 3, 4. First four cars all in the same shot.
Pretty exciting stuff.
Here
we go at the back.
Anderson holds off Hansen.
Oh, Les.
Chadwick's gonna get
there,
past
Chadwick.
Leonage.
I think he'll
Coming up
sneak
the
up
hill
there.
under the bridge. And they're going to go side by side, are they, through the next corner?
I think they
They
are.
are. Leonage won't let him through. But
No
Chadwick's
budging.
got it now. Chadwick's
He's got it.
He's up the third.
Laz was about to. I reckon Laz will just stick with Chadwick now and just bring him up onto the tail of these two guys, because these guys are fighting.
Doing the
pretty
work
hard.
now.
Yeah,
He's flying. Chadwick's the man on fire at the moment.
I'll tell you what, those
Fast
tyres
laps,
will be getting
putting-
punished.
He's good on slippery tyres. Handle it. He can handle the greasy track conditions.
Anderson's got the Mustang there wound up, but I'll tell you what, Hansen's on a charge. Oh, he's closing up under brakes. These tyres will be getting a melting. Fantastic stuff. Really great racing too, side by side for 3-4 corners by Laz and Chadwick back there. But how's these two it before in the last corner and in the first corner, side by side. Might be a repeat in a minute, boys. Let's watch this.
They do take the lead now. That time Peugeot was actually leading the race. Philip Peugeot was leading the race, but he's now stopped and handed the lead to James Anderson.
Anderson's gone defensive.
Anderson around the outside. Anderson puts his nose in front. Anderson back in front. Deja vu.
Look at Chadwick
18.
coming in for a bit of fun.
Absolutely slowing these guys down now. I can predict that these four will battle it away now for the rest of the race. It's going to be very hard for any of these guys to pull away from each other.
Marty Hansen's keen. Look at this. James Anderson just let him go there.
Oh, but he's gone
But that
deep.
was deep. That was
Why
very
let him
deep.
go?
And look at Chadwick behind, just power sliding it out of there.
Guys have got to
Looking
be
for-
careful. There's plenty of laps left. No need to do anything silly at this point in time. Want to be leading on the end of lap 28.
Oh, Anderson. Wow.
Great racing. Great
Chadwick's
racing.
going down the outside.
Brings Leonage back into it as well. Oh, that's a good move by Chadwick. He's going to
That
have the
was.
inside line into the
Hey.
carousel.
He stuck it out there. That was fantastic.
Anderson is now side by side. Hanson's not giving it up easily.
Oh, sideways. Anderson in front's on the grass. And Laz is just like, all right, boys, put it in the fence, let me
not
go.
through the kick side by side. That's crazy, but they pulled it off. Leonage is just like, wow, where do I go? I can't move. Left to the right. Track's blocked.
Was Laz going to slide up the inside there?
Chadwick's
Was
got
he a
him
bit
now.
far
though.
back?
Chadwick's up to second.
Yeah, he's cleared him.
Hanson's had to let him through there, but Leonage is right on the back of Hanson now. Anderson's got a little second break. Chadwick's going to close that down quickly. He's a man in form at the moment. He's definitely feeling the rhythm of this track.
He's got a really good flow with it.
Anderson, Chadwick, Hanson, Leonage. Tommy Heyman with a great drive back in 5th. James Shepherd still in 6th. Eacock, 7th. Hayden Harrison, 8th. Alex Court, 9th. Eka Brewer, Ice Loggett, Jason Davis, Kyle Booth, Robert Trisdale, Luke Fraser, Wade Michael, Ashley Davis, Tim Mulford, Alan Dawson, Trent Gosling, Dean Williams, Wayne Taylor, Dean Reddit, Lindsay Hobbs, Benjamin Siren, Philip Peugeot, Sean Pidwell, Steve Vella, Blake Urquhart, Scott McCune, Michael Dumbrell, Jamie Davis, Alex Malone, Michael Stewart, Sean McNamara in 35th. While all that action's been going on, something has happened to Sean McNamara and he is down in 35th position.
Oh, maybe.
Chadwick!
No.
Chadwick!
Oh,
Let him up. Let him up exiting turn 5. All that hard work, all that speed he was showing. He lives on the edge.
He was
Fell off the
really
edge that time.
Yeah, he was really cutting into the corners there, and it just got the bounce on. Got the bounce on the front, hooked in, and just had the power on. And that's unfortunate. Gee, he was flying.
Fractionally too hard. Trying to make up that time. He had plenty of laps. He had 8 laps in ahead of him to catch up and make that gap up on Anderson. Anderson will be heaving a sigh of relief.
Sigh of relief, yeah, absolutely.
Maybe a little one, but he's still under pressure from Hanson.
Gee, they both follow each other in.
Chadwick's down to 11th, and his car's taken a hit.
Yeah, it's taken a sizable hit to that. Didn't hit the
collected
tyres.
him on the way through.
It didn't hit the tyres either, boys. It hit the concrete. So, oof.
They're collected by somebody on the way through there. Have a look at some other cars that might have some damage in front of him. There was a big battle pack as they were all heading through there, led by Tommy Heyman in 4th position. Heyman with a great drive. Heyman in 4th. Just looking at Heyman in 4th, coming up the Road America pit straight. Cameron Veacock in a fully repaired car, 5th. James Shepherd, 6th. Alex Court on his heels in 7th. Hayden Harrison 8th. Eka Brewer in 9th. Running through 4th to 9th, but go back to the front now because Anderson has only a 0.3 of a second lead on Hanson as they take the run down to turn 5. Hanson right in the slipstream as they go under the cheese bridge. Gonna pull out and have a look. Anderson's defending it. These two have been battling now for a few laps. Anderson and Hanson. Hanson has a look around the outside. No room there. He's staying there though. He's staying there up into fine left-hander, and he's still on the outside, which will give him the inside as a come down, hurry downs, and that's the move. Hanson,
Great move. Well,
he hasn't managed it. I thought Hanson had it, and Leonage puts pressure under Hanson. Did Hanson maybe get a slowdown there? He might have extended the track limits at some point in time. He was right on the edge.
He was pretty tight in there in that corner.
Yeah, he might have on the exit to turn 6. You can get a slowdown on the exit to turn 6.
God, look how ginger they are around that sweeping right-hand corner. Makes me sad. But they're really working this tyre.
Anderson, he's had to lift there. That's
a big lift.
Yep.
That's a big lift. That's bringing Hanson into it.
No position yet. He's not going to be able to pull off a braking manoeuvre into Canada corner. Oh, collects a little bit of curb on the inside, Hanson. Running up to the end of lap 21. These boys are on the edge. Enarge sticking around as well. He's had a good race tonight. Enarge's got a nice 2.5 second lead over Tommy Heyman back in 4th. So these guys don't want to throw it away. They've got a top 3 locked in the bag if they just look after themselves. They don't want to do what Chadwick did. But guys do want to take the race win here, Ben. They're not just satisfied with the top 3.
No way.
They're battling side by side through turn 1 again.
Turn 1 brings Laz right back, obviously, into it. He's just sitting there hovering around, watching, waiting.
3, the exit to turn 3, all important exit to turn 3.
Oh, James Anderson. Whoa! Both sideways out of there. Laz had to put it right over to the right.
3 of them. Side by side again, down into turn 5.
Here we go.
Down the hill.
Here we go.
Anderson, Hansen, Leonage. Anderson holds it again. Hanson's going to try what he tried last lap. Go around the outside of turn 6. We'll give him the apex on the inside of turn 7.
I think he's got it.
Hansen and Anderson holds him there again.
He's
That's
confident
nicely
there.
driving.
Absolutely, it's very confident.
Battling
Safety
hard,
car.
but
We've
they're
got a
giving
safety car. We've got a safety car, Jamie.
Wow, that's going to really put a cat amongst the pigeons now.
That'll
What
soften
are these drivers going to be doing? What are they going to be thinking? Who's on the freshest tyres?
What would you do, Jamie? Would you get a fresh set? No, you wouldn't.
you
Mate. Not
can't. You
enough time.
can't give
Not
up
enough
the track
time.
position.
Not enough time.
It'd never work back through the field. It'd be too hard to work back through the field.
Yeah, absolutely. They're doing 212s, but you couldn't make it up. It wouldn't be the time almost. It'd be the traffic. But
And it brings drivers like Heyman, Court, Veacock, Harrison, Shepherd right back into this. Even Chadwick down in
Absolutely.
11th place with the pace although he does have a damaged car now, so he might be struggling to keep that same pace that he had earlier in the race. Yeah, James Anderson, Buddy Hansen, Lassus Leonage, Tommy Heyman, Alex Court in 5th position, Cameron Veacock, Hayden Harrison, James Shepherd, Jacob Brewer, Guy Sloggett, Simon Chadwick. They're all going to be sniffing victory here. Lap 22 of 28. Joel McNamara, our championship defender, back in 37th position behind Jamie Davis in 36. Jamie Davis is actually in the pits. Yes, he is. What else are we looking for? Apparently it was... What was the safety car for? Yeah.
so that was just Steve Veller on the blower to.
I did hear what the safety car was for, but I think it was David Kirby. I believe it was David Kirby, but he's running at the moment. He's.
I hope the safety car hasn't blown up. I did see some smoke coming out of it beforehand.
Okay, they might have left the car. Don't tell me they've done what happened in a previous season at Phillip Island, where they left the safety car running in the pit lane. It's overheated and blowing the engine.
I think it might have been. You know, I did actually hear James Anderson being told by race control to hold 100 kilometres. He is the safety car.
Okay, so that might answer the situation with the safety car. That's unfortunate. Safety car. Not a good advertisement for the new Corvette.
Yeah, you got to turn these Chevys off, otherwise they'll overheat.
I need a little bit of work on the radiator. Okay, so Anderson leading. Anderson is safety car. He's leading from Marty Hansen on lap 23. Lassus Leonage in 3rd. Heyman 4th. Alex Court 5th. Cameron Veacock 6th. Hayden Harrison 7th. James Shepherd. Jacob Brewer. Kai Sloggett.
All right,
Who do you
Jamie,
reckon's going to win this one, Ben?
I'm just going to ask you the same question, mate. I'll tell you what, I think Marty Hansen might be in with a crack here. If he can...
He looks like he's got the pace.
He looks like he's got a bit
cannot
of
get
pace.
around Anderson at the moment.
No, he can't.
Anderson's doing a great defensive driving, and it's that sort of track where it does favour the car in second place. You're definitely in that tow. You're saving... you're probably gaining 0.8 of a second over the lap just in the tow, just in the slipstream. And it's probably easier to sit there than to lead. You want to be leading on the exit to turn 13, on the exit to turn 14 on lap 28. That's when you want to be leading.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, look, for Anderson, it'll be about just concentrating on those exits. He's clearly confident, side by side, especially through this corner here that we're looking at now coming through. I can't remember the name of it, Jamie. You're all over that, mate. But he's the track lends itself to that side by side, corner to corner racing, and the guys are clearly talented enough to knock mirrors in, but knock each other off the track, which is great.
Definitely
some great
promotes.
racing here. Yeah, we're seeing some great racing here for the Nationwide Tracking Systems first round at Road America, Jamie. A bit of a shout out while we're under safety car to Goodyear Auto Care Ruana. I hope I've pronounced that correctly.
Rana up there on the Sunshine Coast.
Ruana as our second major sponsor, and of course Abruzzi Racewear, Track Racer, Custom Track Art, Race Management Services, Coghlan Engineering, Track Cams for Gourmet, and Melbourne Hydrographics Depot. Who have all joined on and continue to join on for this season for the Nationwide Tracking Systems V8 E-Championship. Here we go. Hopefully this is the last safety car, Jamie. I want to see this battle out to the end. You couldn't wish for more.
Yeah, hopefully we get a clean run now to the checkered flag, because it's been great racing at the front. I don't want to spoil it with another safety car.
I can't believe it's lap 23 already.
And great for those sponsors to stay with us, and the new ones that we've have joined us for the season 3 here at the Evolution Championship.
Yeah, absolutely.
We wouldn't have heard if car lights are out, because the safety car is in the pits with a blown engine.
Mm-hmm.
But Anderson coming up the hill through Thunder Valley into the Bill Mitchell Bend, turn 13. Unlucky for Will Power earlier this year. He managed to see the NTT IndyCar Championship. He had a spectacular off on the exit to this corner earlier this year.
Now, I must ask the question, who is in the safety car? Is that Craig Gurry? We're going to ring her in?
Craig Gurry. Craig Gurry's blown it.
Craig Gurry's left. Oh, Lee Davis, shout out to Lee Davis, who's in hospital at the moment having a bit of surgery, so
he'll be watching this.
Replay.
He'll be watching this live as we get the restart, and Anderson's smashed him at the restart. He's off. Anderson follows him into turn 1. Leonard in third. Heyman in fourth.
A lot of cars bunched up behind. I'll tell you what, I reckon
Anderson though.
Got a chance to cool the tyres off for Anderson.
24 of 28. Anderson exiting turn 3.
He looked a little bit deep there.
Stretch. Got a little bit of looks like James Shepherd in the background having a look. But we'll stay focused on the leaders as they come down the hill where the action is. Oh, that's deep. That was super deep by Hansen. He struggled to pull it up. I thought he was going to tap the back of Anderson there.
James Anderson had the fronts locked up going in there.
Heyman's
you can see that inside left.
And Heyman is in fact pulled off the pass on Leonage. So Leonage back to 4th, Heyman up to 3rd, caught right on the tail of Leonage, the 2 teammates. NTS Commodores, Anderson leads, Hansen all over the back of him. This is going to be a classic finish between these two, and maybe Heyman in his first drive in the Nationwide Tracking Systems V8 Evolution Championship. What has he got up his sleeve? He's had a very impressive drive tonight as they exit the carousel. 44th lap. Anderson, Hansen, Heyman, Leonage, Court, Peacock, Harrison, Shepherd, Brewer, Sloggett, Chadwick. It's on.
It's on.
Oh, there's a tap at the back there. I just saw a tap at the back, and that's going to cause some serious damage in the Canada corner.
Oh.
That was Hayden Harrison. I don't know if he took anyone with him. Oh, he might have hit Chadwick. Not sure, but at the moment they look like they've managed to keep their positions. But Anderson leads across the line. Hansen, Heyman, Leonage. Leonage right on the back of Heyman here. He's in the slipstream. He might pull out and have a look into turn 1. He will, but Heyman defends. Oh, Leonage, Leonage is off. He's in the sand. He went too deep into turn 1, trying to pull off the move on Heyman. And he's flying back through the field now. He's under pressure from Sloggett. Sloggett passes him for 8th. Jacob Brewer got past him. Shepherd, Veacock all got past him. Jason Davis is right on his tail now behind Leonage. That's a big mistake from Leonage. That takes him out of the top 3. Went for the glory, went to get back that position that he had lost to Heyman on the restart. But it cost him big time. Oh, it's Anderson leading from Hanson. Heyman.
Lindsay Hobbs is calling for a tow.
Oh, no, that's no good. Lindsay Hobbs looking for a tow.
I'd be disappointed with that.
Oh, there's a few damaged cars here. It's been a big one. I think this is on the back straight. I can see smoke everywhere on the back straight, but that's not going to affect the leaders. Don't believe that'll affect the leaders. They've cleared the track. Marshals have been quicker onto it. They've cleared the track. That was a big crash on the back straight. And be like a funnel as you exit that fast kink. Somebody has a big lose in front of you. There's not much time to make a decision which side to go, left or right or up the middle.
Yeah,
like
lots of arguments. Chadwick's involved. Oh dear. Yeah, it's unfortunate. There's been a few, 3 or 4 cars into one back there with Luke Fraser getting involved in. Yeah, just looking back there, guys.
Oh, yeah. As we come out of the final corner to finish lap 25, it's still Anderson from Hanson.
We're still into
Heyman
it.
hanging on. Good job hanging on here. Veacock in 4th, Alex Court in 5th. Battle's in the lead. Anderson's had to go defensive once again into turn 1. Hanson tries the crisscross. It's not going to happen this lap. Eamon's putting Hanson under huge pressure into turn 3.
Looks like he's
Eamon's
got
now
fresher
got to watch
tyres
his
on it.
mirrors.
Yeah, it looks like he's got some fresher tyres on that car. Because these guys have been battling, Jamie.
They've been using up every bit of tyre they've got. Only 3 laps to go. They might be starting a little bit free to handle. It's a battle down into turn 5 for the lead once again. Anderson, Hanson, Eamon. Look at the battle behind as well. Veacock, Court. Court's having a look at Veacock. James Shepherd right on Court's tail. Oh, Court's run a little bit wide. He's missed the apex there.
Got a bit of a wiggle on.
Veacock's had a good drive tonight in 4th. Court's made up a few. He's in 5th. It's been up and down through the top 10 tonight. Back at the lead, Anderson's taking a wide line through the carousel, trying to focus on that exit.
Oh,
Anderson's right with
very
him.
wobbly out there. Gee, they're right on the edge, aren't they, Jamie? Tyres are saying, I've had enough. I have had enough.
Working hard out there. Last lap, Hanson and Heyman had exactly the same time on the last lap, 2:10.51. Anderson with the 2:10.7. Second and third were faster than Anderson.
Anderson pitted early, guys.
Anderson did pit early. He did the undercut and that position on Hanson. He's got 1 lap older tyres. Thanks for that, Craig. Anderson with 1 lap older tyres. He's doing a good job. He's giving away the slipstream, so he's giving away a good 10 kilometres an hour at the end of these straights. Hanson's making good use of it. Heyman, he's got the double toe. Oh, Hanson's got the inside. Hanson's got the inside, not quite this lap. And it shuts the door.
Oh.
Lap 27. It's an under pressure now from Heyman.
We've got a couple laps to go.
I think
we'll see the end.
Hanson, Heyman, what a last season's race at Road America was decided by less than 0.1 of a second. McNamara holding off Court. Could we see a similar sort of race finish here at the end as well?
At this.
Court has just passed. Speaking of Court, he's passed Veacock in the background, 4th position. These top 3 tied together by a piece of string. Anderson, Hanson, Heyman. Quickly you can say it.
Court's under pressure again at the back there. Just seeing the dance around a little bit.
Oh, I think Vicock
Onyx,
lit up the tyres there as the corner just before the carousel. That'll probably give Court a little bit of
breathing.
Room. Oh, gee whiz, Anderson onto the back straight. Had that rear left tyre on the grass.
He's done that a
him a
couple
bit
of
of
times.
time, and he's gone wide again there. That's another
Yeah.
big left. Anderson would have seen that, and he knows. He knows Anderson's struggling. And at a corner, hard on the brakes, good gear exit, short shifted, don't spin the wheels, up the hill through front under valley, Bill Mitchell bend.
Tommy Heyman is like, get out of my way, I've got more pace.
Tommy Heyman looks like he does have the pace over Hanson.
Looks like he's got the
he has the
fresh
pace over Anderson. It's a
Yeah.
strategy game. It's not just driving fast. You have to think. You have to line up this pass. Hanson's had to go defensive very early on the pit straight.
Tommy
as they
Heyman,
enter
he's
the
got
last
the, he's
lap.
got the,
Last lap here.
this will be
Heyman's
it.
going to go
Is
around
he
the
gonna go
outside of
around the
Hanson.
outside? This will be deep.
Hanson holds it. Heyman's going to go the switchback. Try and dive up the inside into turn 3. He puts
gonna
his
have to
nose in
commit.
there. He pulls out again. Hanson
Cameron.
has a sigh of relief. Now Hanson really needs to get a toe here. He needs to get back on the back of Anderson. He's probably
Tommy
only going to
Vicock.
have one more chance to pass him. Critical now.
Vicock's had an issue back in the pack, guys.
He's racing with Alex Court. Oh, Hanson, he locks up the rears there. Entering turn 5, up the hill, under the bridge. Blind left-hander. Heyman's right on the back of Hanson, but Anderson's struggling. He's not pulling away. Heyman gets a little bit too much curb on the apex. That slows him down a little bit. These guys are all sliding the car around. Anderson uses all the curb on the exit, coming down hurry downs. Exit to the carousel is going to be critical here. The exit to the carousel is going to be critical, and through the kink, Anderson, Hanson, Heyman.
There's going to be some chat about Cameron Vicock, Alex Court.
Anderson's got half a second. Anderson's got half a second as they head down the back straight.
I think he's got enough on him. Just needs to keep it straight now. Tommy Heyman
Doesn't
absolutely
make a
giving it.
mistake, he might have it. Anderson here. He needs still 3 corners to get correct.
Tommy Heyman on the
Hanson's
brakes.
braking
on
super late.
defensive. Oh.
Hanson, can he pull it up? He does. It looks like Anderson
Only
might be
just.
driving within the limits of himself. Heyman's right on the back of Hanson, though. This has been an impressive drive from Heyman in 3rd position in his first.
Whoa!
Oh!
He's giving it a bit of a send.
That sealed it. That sealed it for Anderson. Anderson's going to win round 1.
Wow.
The Nationwide Tracking Systems V8
Well
Evolution
held.
Championship.
Well
28
done, Jay.
laps. And it's Anderson.
Boom, boom,
Hanson,
boom.
Heyman. What a race.
What a race.
Great race.
Fantastic.
Wow.
3 spectacular. Court in 4th. Jacob Brewer up to 5th. Leonage 6th. Jason Davis 7th. Hoggett 8th. Osley. Chadwick back up to 10th. Dawson 11th. Alan Dawson in 11th. Robert Crisdale in 12th. Wayne Taylor 13th. Benjamin Sire in 14th. Matt Davis. Sean McNamara managed to get back up to 16th after what would be one of his worst drives for a while that I've noticed. Michael Dumbrell 17th. Cameron Vicock in an issue late on that last lap. Maybe with Alex Court. We'll find out more about that after the race. Hayden Harrison, Tony Gaffer, Tim Mulford, Cole Booth, James Shepherd. James Shepherd lost a bit of time there at the end. I'm not sure what happened to him. He might have been involved with the incident that Simon Chadwick had when he lost it at the exit of turn 5. Alex Malone, Ashley Davis, John Pidwell, Philip Peugeot, Dean Williams, Logan Barnett, David Kirby. I think Dean Williams might be. Yep, he's got a damaged car, so he just crossed the line then, Dean Williams. He lost a couple of positions to David Kirby, Riley Simons, Logan Barnett. Steve Vella. And we got Luke Fraser, Blake Urquhart, Wade Michael, Lindsay Hobbs, Dean Reddit, Scott McCune, Michael Stewart, Raina Costello, Jamie Davis, Blake Warboys. Oh wow, what an interesting race.
That's mixed it up, isn't it? We've got some big names down
And
there.
remember, we
down
still
in
got to get these guys home back to the pit lane still as well. So they're all bunched up, all coasting and lifting, right in the clutch home. But Anderson from Hanson and Tommy Heyman. Tommy Heyman, an impressive drive in his first outing in the NTS Championship. James Anderson, he's been a man in form.
He has been, yeah.
Quick at the end of last season.
It was pretty impressive the way he held on the pressure, and obviously the tyres weren't. They were well and truly done, so he did a fantastic job there.
Well, I think Anderson can thank Tommy Heyman as well a little bit for the pressure he was putting on Hanson. That made Hanson have to drive defensively into a few of those corners and allow him to. In the pole position, he's going to get extra points for that, and he's going to have 150 points. So it's going to be interesting. That's an interesting start to the championship. Round 1 of 12 rounds.
Very interesting start, Jamie. Yeah, look, that's been a very exciting race and a very exciting start to the new season. That was all that I could have hoped for, that one. Plenty of safety cars, plenty of battles. Plenty of door banging, and some really close side-by-side racing as well. You can see the level of competition in this series is really lifted. I thought it had taken a big step from season 1 to season 2, but this is by far exceeding expectations in terms of the quality of the driving. Well done to all the competitors, and well done.
A lot to look forward to in this championship. A fair few new names at the front, and it's going to be mixed up. Well, a few more winners, I think, from this season. Had McNamara winning 5 races last season. Don't see anyone probably taking that many wins. And here we go,
James
Anderson in the Mustang.
He's given it the boot.
Tell you, fellas, I didn't want that one to end.
Yeah, it was fantastic, wasn't it?
Oh,
very, very impressive.
I think Anderson was quite happy. He was quite relieved to cross the finish line.
Yeah, I don't blame him either. I think that was
definitely working hard for that. I reckon that the old Brucey gloves would come out. Oh no, that's right. They're sweat resistant.
That's right, mate.
Wouldn't have a drop of sweat. There'd be sweat all over the rest of their bodies, but not on their hands.
That's right. Yeah, got to keep those hands dry for those gear shifts and pointing it in and sideways out of the corners. But very impressive racing. I look forward to catching up with the guys shortly in the commentary box.
It's round 1.
We've got 15 places there, gents.
Yes, that was an impressive drive. I didn't know where he come from. He came from grid 18, so yeah, correct.
Wow.
15 position.
Yeah.
And a few of the other drivers.
Yep.
Right.
So, who are we going to grab first, Jamie?
Tommy Heyman. Heyman in third.
Tommy.
Let's introduce ourselves to the new face on the NTS Championship scene.
Absolutely. Tommy Heyman, how are you, mate? Congratulations, P3. Well done, mate.
Yeah, pretty good. Cheers. That was a good race.
Mate, it was mega. It looks like you, I think we were just talking a moment ago, you come up 15 positions from your starting grid, and it looks like you had the tyres right at the crucial point, right at the end, compared to the boys in front. You were hammering along.
Yeah, safety cars came in pretty good handy tonight. Was pretty disappointed with quality. Knew I had the pace to be in the top 3, but yeah.
Yeah. That's good, mate. But look, I think I know it's like you missed the quali, not quite up there, but when you know you've got the race pace, it sort of makes up for it. But that's a great start to the season, mate. Well done. Awesome result.
Yeah, cheers.
Anybody you want to thank, mate? Sponsors?
Yeah, Excalibur Esports, Century Batteries Newcastle, Precision Motorsport, and BTG Electrical.
Fantastic, mate. Fantastic. So, how are you going to celebrate the P3 tonight, mate? Get on the cans?
Nah, gonna go to bed, get ready for school tomorrow.
No, well, that's a very smart and wise thing to do. And for people listening, that's a smart thing to do. Don't get on the cans, all right? It's a weeknight. Fantastic, mate. Well done.
Thank
Great
you.
result, and you should be proud of that. That was a really impressive drive. Well done.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
No worries.
Well done, Tommy Heyman. Look forward to seeing him next round at Mid-Ohio for round 2 of the Nationwide Tracking Systems V8 Evolution Championship, the TJM Parramatta Mid-Ohio 100.
Mid-Ohio. That'll be hectic. All
Look out,
right.
Paul.
Now, we've got Marty Hansen up next, mate. P2. Marty Hansen under some serious amount of pressure there, mate. Congratulations, P2. How was
Thank
that?
you very much. Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
good, mate. It was pretty bloody intense, that's for sure.
Mate, it looked like you were really hammering into James Anderson there. I think just before the last safety car, and then initially to start with. But you were under a fair old bit of the pump from the car behind, mate. Bloody,
I was absolutely.
He was hammering.
Yeah, I didn't know, when he was going to make a move, and I was trying to make a move myself on James. But yeah, no, I'm happy with second. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, mate. It was extremely impressive drive, mate. Put you
Thank
right in
you.
the mix going into the Mid-Ohio round. Anybody you'd like to thank sponsors-wise?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank our sponsors, Blackshaws and Simrigs, and also just all the boys at Taipan Esports.
Awesome stuff, mate.
What up, mate?
Very impressive.
Some great racing.
Thank you very much. Look forward to next week.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. We look forward to seeing you out there battling again, mate. Well done. Congratulations.
Thanks, boys.
No worries.
See ya.
To see Marty Hansen at the front. He's been a very
yeah.
consistent driver
He's-
over the last season.
He did a fantastic job, mate. That was really, really impressive. Man of the hour now, James Anderson, P1. Mate, you just held on. Congratulations. Awesome.
Oh yeah, thanks boys. That was a fantastic race. No, I really enjoyed that one.
It was good to watch, James. Well done on the win. Held him off well.
Oh
It was
yeah,
tight,
thanks.
close racing, but all clean.
Yeah, no, it was relatively clean. I was just ruining that mistake I made off the first restart. If I hadn't have gone in too deep, I probably could have taken the lead by then, but had to fight my way through, do it the hard way. But no, I'm really stoked to get the Champs Fitness Mustang the win.
I couldn't have said it better myself, James. Fantastic to see the Mustang up the front there. Not that there's any favouritism for the Mustang, but it was brilliant to see, mate, and a really impressive drive. All jokes aside, it was you're up there hammering along, and Chadwick was belting along there at one point, and you're holding your own, and it was just an impressive.
But no, really happy to get the win.
No, congratulations, mate. I thought the burnout probably at the end could do a little bit of work. We can talk offline about that, but
don't
very
worry.
narrow area to do it. But still deserve the win, mate. So well done, awesome
Don't
stuff.
worry, I'll be hoping to get another win so I can improve.
Absolutely, mate. I have no doubt that there'll be more wins to come. So it was a very impressive race. Any sponsors, mate, you'd like to thank?
Yes, I'd like to thank Champs Fitness for coming on board as my sponsor this season. Really excited to have them on as my sponsor, new partnership, and what a better way to start it off.
Yeah, fantastic, mate. Great way to pay it back. Awesome stuff, mate. See you in Mid-Ohio.
Awesome. Thanks, boys.
No worries. Congratulations
Well
again,
done,
mate.
James.
Well, how was that, Jamie?
That's a nice way to show off the new livery. I thought it was a new livery.
Yeah.
Fitness. Yep's Fitness.
And Craig, from a Nationwide Tracking Systems perspective, what are your thoughts on the race, mate?
Mate, I don't think we could have asked for anything more. That was an absolute cracker.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah, it was very impressive. I think it was a fantastic season opener for the Nationwide Tracking Systems V8 Evolution Championship. Big thanks and call out again to yourself for the Nationwide Tracking Systems.
Cheers, mate.
Goodyear Auto Care, Warana. I'll probably get that right by the end of the season. Brucey Raceware, Track Racer, Custom Tracker, Race Management Services, Coglan Engineering, Track Camps for Gourmet, Melbourne Hydrographic Depot, JP for his work in the moving all the buttons around so we can see what's going on and hosting this race, and of course to Jamie, my partner in crime here in the commentary box with Craig tonight. It's been fun.
Yeah, it has been fun. I had a few technical issues throughout the race, but managed to get over that. But I'm just excited about seeing some of these new names, and
Yeah.
I'm not excited to see Sean McNamara down in 16th position, but it's going to make for a fascinating championship to see how he can claw his way back up through the field, and if he can show some of that same form that he had last season.
Yeah, very
And
much
some
so,
of these new names, like, well, not new names, but Anderson and Hansen finally showing their true pace. New names like Heyman, Court's still up there. We've got Brewer, Leonage, Jason Davis, who won last year's Imola round. Ty Sloggett's in form, Trent Gosling in form, and even drivers like at the back of the pack, Warboys, who starts off with a shocker of a race, and Jamie Davis, who's also won a race last season. So it's going to be absolutely fascinating. I mean, of course, round 2 at the TJM Parramatta Mid-Ohio 100, 28 laps of the Mid-Ohio circuit. And of course, we've got 12 rounds in the season, all wrapping up at the Goodyear Auto Care Warana Bathurst.
Wow.
Round 12 in December.
That's going to be hectic. So I'm really looking forward to that, mate. Should be a good one.
Some highlights, yep, some definite highlights. We've got Le Mans on the calendar for this season, Daytona, Spa. So a lot to look forward to. It's going to be a great season.
All the big tracks, and as we were saying beforehand, the competition's only getting stronger and stronger in the series. So look forward to seeing you next week at Mid-Ohio, mate.
We'll do it again at Mid-Ohio. Excellent.
No worries. All right, I'm gonna go off and have a cordial.
Enjoy it.
See you, boys.
Thanks, fellas.